What is up, guys? It's Swimmer here, back again with some more Go Battle League action in the Great League. This is day 2 of Season 6 for me, though by the time I post this video, it might actually be Wednesday, so we're still at rank 3. We've just done 10 battles, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the video. I'm going to be using a team of Froslass, Azumarill, and Deoxys. I used this team just sort of as a one-off in my first 5 battles, and thought it was worth trying a few more times. So I'm going to use it for this entire set. Um, Azumarill Deoxys in the back is a pretty safe combo uh, with almost any lead. So definitely not all that interesting, but I really just wasn't entirely sure what the best combination would be. It could be that something like a Tropius might be better than Azumarill, might deal with the fighters a little better, but let's go ahead and get into the video and see how it goes. Alright, so we've got Froslass into Shadow Gardevoir. This is not very good for us. We're going to rush to that Avalanche basically as quickly as we can. We're taking a ton of charm damage, so we're going to have to get out of here very quickly. So go for the Avalanche, and then we're going to swap into Azumarill. We do get a shield. I'm expecting this Gardevoir to shield absolutely everything. So we are going to have to shield up this Synchronoise, and that have dealt quite a lot of damage, so we're going to go for a Ice Beam here, again, expecting this Gardevoir to shield. They do actually shield, and they snuck a Charm through there, which is going to mean that they're able to Charm us down, which is not great for us. However, we are going to be able to bring back in Froslass and do one Powder Snow to take them out, and we won't actually take the Charm damage, so that's totally fine. This Machamp is able to get to a cross chop just as we're getting to the Avalanche, and I'm not familiar enough with Froslass to know whether that KOs. It is resisted, but it's only single resisted due to the ice typing, and Froslass is somewhat squishy. So I shielded it just to be safe. As it happens, it was a good call because the Avalanche is able to KO that Machamp, well, after a little bit of farming, and then we are able to get to the Avalanche on the Drifloon and take them out. So that's a good game. Shadow Gardevoir in the lead was definitely tough, but it took up both their shields, and we were really able to capitalize on having shield advantage with Froslass, because Froslass hits very, very hard, as you guys saw there, and we were able to take that game as a result. So Deoxys in the lead, Umbreon in the lead is not very good for us. The foul plays are definitely going to be dealing a lot of damage, so we got to go into Deoxys, which is still not very good for us. They throw a foul play, and then swap into their Cherrim. So this is just going to be a Weather Ball. I'm not going to shield that up just yet. I've got a ton of energy here, so we're going to go for the Rock Slide. They do get a Bullet Seed through, which is not great for us. But the Rock Slide does connect, so I have the energy for another Rock Slide. So I'm going to go ahead and shield to basically force them to shield as well. I want to get shields out of the way because that's the only chance that my Froslass is going to have if it ends up against that Umbreon. And they actually decide to throw their energy here, so this is going to be good because we can come back in with the Froslass and farm this down. And that Umbreon did just throw some energy, so I know that they have to do 3 more Snarls to get to another foul play. So there's 1, 2, we're going to throw this Avalanche, and then they're going to do 1 more Snarl, and we're going to try and catch that on our Azumarill. So 1 more Snarl, Azumarill comes in. This is going to be a foul play, and Azumarill does resist it, so we are not going to shield. So that's really big for us. They've got a Whiscash in the back. So basically, I'm not going to shield anything. I know that in the Zero Shield, I am confidently going to beat this Whiscash, and then my Azumarill probably still gets to a Play Rough against Umbreon. So they're not going to want that to happen, so I can definitely take a shield advantage out of this matchup. So going for the Ice Beam here after building up for the Hydro Pump, we do get the shield. That's very good for us. We're going to go straight for that Ice Beam again. Don't want to risk getting hit with a Mud Bomb and being taken out before getting it off. Play Rough is slightly more energy efficient, but I believe I would have CMP tied if I'd gone for the Play Rough. They throw the Mud Bomb here. I'm going to go into my Froslass as quick as possible. They come into Umbreon, but now they're unshielded, so I can go ahead and safely shield this one Foul Play and build up a bunch of extra energy. And then this Avalanche is probably going to be just enough to take out the Umbreon. It does take out the Umbreon, and we're going to be able to get to an Avalanche against this Whiscash. So made a slight mistake there in that I should have thrown the Avalanche a little earlier against that Umbreon so that I didn't have to shield the Foul Play, but building up the extra energy was nice as well because it made sure that I had enough energy to get off an Avalanche against that Whiscash. So two pretty good games so far. Froslass has definitely had a lot of play, even against Umbreon there, which it would normally be a bad matchup. So we've got Whimsicott on the lead. This is quite good for us, though Charm is going to chunk. They actually swap into Skarmory on the Avalanche, so that's fine with me. I'm going to bring in Azumarill, mostly because Azumarill does not have a very good matchup against that Whimsicott. The bubbles are going to be resisted, and the Grass Knot or Seed Bombs would be dealing quite a lot of damage, so this is a good way to get some Azumarill in a safe matchup. I build up to the Hydro Pump here and then go for the Ice Beam. They do actually shield, which is great for us because we're going to be able to get to another Ice Beam here. I think that I threw them off my count by building up so much extra energy, and that is going to be able to take them out. So we're able to maintain switch advantage and get a shield advantage, which is quite good for us. They are able to Charm down, though, so they're going to have a lot of energy. We are going to be having to shield up this Grass Knot. I'm expecting it to be Grass Knot. It is. And then they're likely going to swap out. It's a Swampert. Basically, my win condition here is to land an Avalanche on the Swampert. So I'm able to do that. And at this point, I do not need my Froslass anymore. So I'm perfectly happy to let Froslass go down. Deoxys can quite easily counter this down and then have enough energy to Rock Slide this Whimsicott coming back in. So I'm going to shield up the Hydro Cannon because it's definitely going to do more than the Grass Knot from Whimsicott, and they're likely not going to get to another one anyways. So Whimsicott comes back in. We're going to double up on the Rock Slides. Deoxys is so tanky that it can tank those charms pretty well. First Rock Slide gets the shield, and then the second one is going to be able to take out the Whimsicott. So really good match there. The key there was really recognizing that when that Swampert came in, the win condition was to land an Avalanche on it, and then counter down with Deoxys. If they'd shielded up the first Avalanche, then basically what I would have done is I would have shielded the Hydro Cannon and gotten to an Avalanche, like I've gotten to that second Avalanche either way. So Skarmory on the lead here. This is a fairly neutral matchup. The Avalanches are going to be dealing a ton of damage, and I can get to them quite quickly. So going for the Avalanche here, we do not get a shield, and we're going to do one more Powder Snow and swap into Deoxys to catch the Sky Attack. Sky Attack does a decent amount of damage, but Deoxys can tank it much better than Froslass can. They respond with Stunfisk, so this isn't great for Deoxys because it's dealing a lot of damage with counter, but not with its charge moves. The charge moves basically do nothing. However, it's good for us to see this Stunfisk now, so that we can get our Azumarill on it. So basically, I know that I want to have happen here is to farm down with Azu. They actually undercharge the Earthquake too much, and as a result, they have to throw another Rock Slide. So now this Stunfisk doesn't have any energy, and I can come in with an Azumarill and farm this all the way down. It looks like they're committing to go for the Earthquake, but they don't make it, so this is really, really good for us. We made it to an Ice Beam. We've got a Play Rough basically right away on this Azumarill coming in. We know that they've got that Skarmory in the back, but because we have such a big energy advantage on our Azumarill, we're just going to be able to stay in this matchup. We don't need to shield until they start shielding, and even then we might wait a little bit. What I have to watch out for here is the swap into Skarmory. They're very likely going to try and catch a Play Rough on the Skarmory, so I need to consistently be building up extra energy to throw them off the count. Sure enough, they bring in the Skarmory here, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw the Ice Beam right away to take it out. There goes the Skarmory. Azumarill is going to come back in. We are actually going to shield up the Play Rough. I want to basically get to a Play Rough here and take out the last shield of this Azumarill. So we do take the last shield, and at this point, we're just waiting for them to throw their energy. Once they throw their energy, we can swap into our Froslass and take them out. They actually go for Hydro Pump, so that's even better for us because it takes more energy. In that matchup, you definitely will want to be going for Play Rough. So we're going to be able to get to the Shadow Ball quite quickly on the Froslass and take out that Azumarill. Alright, so far this team has been doing really well. Froslass has been dealing a lot of damage, and I've been able to fairly successfully tank the charge moves on other Pokemon or save the shields. So Obstagoon in the lead. Froslass has an okay matchup, but there's really no reason for me to stay in because both Azumarill and Deoxys have better matchups. Unfortunately, bringing in Defense Deoxys leads to a counter switch of Haunter, and I am no longer running Psycho Boost. So this is really, really bad. If you're running Psycho Boost there, then at least you can get 2 shields, but without Psycho Boost, you're in a pretty tough spot because you just get 1 shield and they get a lot of energy. More energy than I thought. I thought they were going to throw a Shadow Punch bait there. However, they go straight for Sludge Bomb. So this is basically a good game. I do have to shield up the Shadow Punch because I need to get a shield away from this Haunter. The Froslass is going to be taking a lot of damage from the Shadow Claws, so I really can't bring it in. I know I need to save a shield for a Shadow Punch from the Haunter if I have any chance of winning this game. So I'm going to build up a little bit of extra energy and then go for the Avalanche. This Avalanche is probably going to take out the Obstagoon because it is such a strong move. They have a Shadow Hypno in the back though, so if I can get to this Shadow Ball at one shot, however, the confusion damage is just too much to handle, and they are able to take me out. So well played by my opponent there. That was going to be a tough team for me to handle, really any way you cut it. I mean, I guess if I'd gotten Deoxys onto that Hypno and Azumarill onto that Haunter and stayed in the lead matchup, that probably would have been the best case for me. But yeah, I think that was just a team comp that was going to be difficult for me to win, and my opponent didn't make a mistake, and as a result, they were able to take that match. So, good game there, but I am really enjoying the Froslass, so if you guys haven't tried it out, definitely recommend it. At least where I am in Canada, it's snowing a lot right now, so there's a lot of snow runs around, so you can probably get one that has decent PvP IVs and doesn't require a lot of Stardust, with the exception of the, whatever, 50k or something for the second move, and give it a try. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.